The Nile River, a legendary waterway that has nurtured civilizations for thousands of years, flowing over 6,600 kilometers through 11 African countries. It is the primary water source for millions, especially in Egypt, Sudan, and Ethiopia. But now, a massive $5 billion project is set to reshape its future, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam 𝐬𝐮𝐻. Standing 145 meters tall and stretching nearly 1.8 kilometers across the Blue Nile, this megadam is Africa's largest hydroelectric project. Once fully operational, it will generate an astonishing 6,450 megawatts of electricity, almost 3 times the power of Egypt's Aswan High Dam. Ethiopia sees this as a game-changer, a step toward energy independence and economic transformation. Why is Ethiopia building this dam? Ethiopia has long struggled with electricity shortages. More than 60% of its population lacks access to reliable power, slowing industrial growth and economic development. With 𝐬𝐮𝐻, Ethiopia aims to become a regional energy hub, selling electricity to neighboring countries like Sudan, Kenya, and even Egypt. The project also holds massive potential for agriculture, infrastructure, and job creation. By controlling the Blue Nile's flow, Ethiopia can regulate flooding, improve irrigation, and sustain long-term farming. But while Ethiopia sees 𝐬𝐻 as a symbol of progress, Egypt and Sudan view it as a looming crisis. Why is the dam so controversial? For Egypt, the Nile isn't just a river, it's a lifeline. 90% of Egypt's freshwater supply comes from the Nile, and its economy, agriculture, and daily life all depend on a steady water flow. Egyptian leaders fear that 𝐬𝐻 will significantly reduce the Nile's water levels, causing water shortages, food insecurity, and economic hardship. Sudan shares similar concerns. While the dam could help prevent floods and provide cheap electricity, experts worry that sudden changes in water flow could disrupt Sudan's own irrigation systems, harming crops and local communities. The water war, diplomatic tensions. The dispute over 𝐬𝐻 has sparked a decade-long geopolitical battle. Egypt and Sudan have repeatedly called for a legally binding agreement on how Ethiopia fills and operates the dam, but Ethiopia has resisted external control over its project. Egypt has even threatened military action, with officials declaring that all options are on the table if Ethiopia's dam severely impacts Egypt's water security. However, Ethiopia remains firm in its stance, asserting its sovereign right to use the Blue Nile for its own development. Despite years of negotiations, no final agreement has been reached. Ethiopia has already started filling the dam's reservoir, which will eventually hold 74 billion cubic meters of water. The gradual filling process could take 5 to 7 years, and during this time, the Nile's water flow will fluctuate, potentially affecting millions of people downstream. Environmental and economic impact. The 𝐬𝐻 project isn't just about politics, it also comes with major environmental and economic consequences. On the positive side, the dam will White Heavy Checkmark provide clean, renewable energy to millions of people. White Heavy Checkmark reduce flooding risks in Sudan. White Heavy Checkmark support sustainable agriculture in Ethiopia. However, the downsides include warning water shortages in Egypt and Sudan, warning potential disruption of local ecosystems and fish populations, warning increased regional tensions and economic instability. The future of the Nile. So what happens next? One thing is clear, the 𝐬𝐻 is here to stay. Ethiopia has invested billions into this project, and with 80% of the Nile's water originating from the Ethiopian highlands, it holds a powerful position in the region. The future of the Nile now depends on diplomacy and compromise. If Ethiopia, Egypt, and Sudan can reach a fair agreement, 𝐬𝐻 could be a win-win for all, bringing power to millions while ensuring water security for downstream nations. But if tensions continue to rise, Africa's greatest river could become a battleground for political and economic conflict. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is more than just a construction project. It's a turning point in Africa's future. What do you think? Will this dam bring prosperity? Or will it deepen regional tensions? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more in-depth stories about the world's biggest developments. Stay tuned for more exciting travel and global insights. only on LuxVenture Travel.